good night, my beautiful people. So, OMG, so much is going on. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but I'm in transition and some dope stuff is about to go down. So, yeah, I have been focused doing other things that I know you all will love. So, I wanted to make a video today to talk about like why we as artists really shouldn't be doing things for free. But before I jump into that, I wanted to remind you all about something free that is going down this Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. I will be hosting a virtual meeting via the Zoom app. So I know that a lot of y'all come to me, hit me up, message me, asking me for advice, for guidance, for direction, especially like on a spiritual tip, because I feel like religion, we all know, is like for mass control, and it kind of has like we don't really want to go to religion for certain answers. But I am someone who has been studying the humanities, basically, so music, art, science, religion, all kind of different holy scripts. I've traveled, I've gone to like literally, I've been to the temple, I've been to the synagogue. I've done a lot. So I've been to the Kingdom Hall. I've done it all. All in an effort to really embark on this journey of discovering who I was and finding out, like, is peace truly possible amongst humanity? And my conclusion is that it is. And so now I am starting to teach, give advice, give the information to you all. I feel like once you learn something, the only thing you can do is give it back to others. So this first meeting is going to be for free, so that everyone who may be interested or trying to be like, what is she talking about? You can come through. But once you come through and you see what I'm talking about, then it's going to be not free after that, because it's not fair to me to continue to give you my energy for free. So with that being said, let me jump into what I want to talk about on this video today. As a creative entrepreneur, someone who loves art, my paintings, I make clothes, I put together programs or organizations, all this good stuff that I have been doing personally for a good 10 years now. I feel like as long as I've been working to figure out the answers of humanity, at the same time, I've also been working with the youth and working in the community, because I felt like even though I'm not at the perfect place of enlightenment that I want to be, the kids, the youth, people who are younger than me, I can always help them no matter what mental state I'm in, as long as my intentions are pure and positive. So I've been doing a lot of work in multiple communities for free. I did not get paid for it, and if I did get paid for it, it wasn't anything extra than what I was getting paid at my full-time job. So I've always been working, and because I have been working, I've been able to do a lot of these things with really my money. I've actually been paying my money to serve the community without getting a lot in return. Like, yes, I get thank yous or whatever, but my biggest reward for that has been the impact that I've made on the youth that I have been mentoring for years now. I randomly get emails. My little sister Umi sent me an email the other day. I seen one of my students performing at an event here in Bridgeport. So like that is enough reward for me because of the energy that I decided to put out. But now that I am a full-time entrepreneur, I have quit the safety net of having a job, and I'm actually out here doing the work full time. I do not do things for free anymore because for a couple of reasons. Number one, I have bills to pay. Like, I am human, just like everybody else. I like to eat, and food costs money. We're not out here with expansive gardens and things like that. So even though we know the food is GMO, most of it is toxic, most of it is poison, we still have to pay for it because that's what's available. That's the trick of the whole system. And so as I'm working to get to a place where I can own land, where I can, grow my own food, I can, be in a position where I can homeschool my children, I can provide for my nieces and nephews. Like, I have real life things that I'm working towards, right? Even as an entrepreneur. So I think that we should stop assuming that because someone is living as an entrepreneur, it means that they have money. Because most of the time, they're broke as shit. They just learn to smile through it because they know the universe is going to provide, because they're doing it with a smile on their face. They're doing it with pure intentions. So most of the time, I don't have money, you know? So like literally right now, I have my rent is paid, thankfully. I have food, thankfully, and my phone bill is not due yet, thankfully. But I spent my last $10 that I had supporting another entrepreneur who was doing a pop-up shop in Bridgeport in my community. So the last extra $10 I had, I spent supporting another entrepreneur. At the same time, I have people who are asking me to do things for free for the love of the community. When it's like, well, because I love my community doesn't mean that I should give my community my energy for free. If anything, my community should be willing to support me financially because I am doing things that really no one else is really taking initiative to do. And that's something that as artists, like we really, I personally feel like artists don't make it to a certain point. And it's not because they're not talented. It's not because they don't have a work ethic or whatever. It's because they are really too emotional. And we consider to be professional and to business savvy and all of those things, we automatically associate it with the system, which is what we're trying to break away from. But at the same time, we don't realize that there are transferable skills that we learn from our full-time jobs that can actually help us to be successful along our journey of entrepreneurship. So for example, I still set deadlines for myself. I still set a work schedule for myself. I give myself a day off. I plan a vacation once a month. I make sure that I have a calendar that's organized. I respond to emails. I send emails. I have an email list. Like I have these things. I'm running my artistry as a business. And really most, if not all, things are a business. Either we don't see it as that, we don't like to see it as that, but that's just a fact. Art galleries, that's a business. Fashion designers, that's a business. The Grammys is a business. Like, there's an exchange of energy happening. And anytime this is going on, you're interacting in an exchange. So we need to stop providing situations where we're like, hey, we want to do this for the community. Can you do it for free? Well, what am I going to get in return for doing this for free? Most of the time, we're not really thinking about how to compensate someone for their time and for their energy. And to me, that's selfish. You're taking advantage of that person's love and using it to your benefit to make you look good or to make it seem like you're giving back to the community or whatever the case may be. But that whole giving back to the community doesn't make you a better or worse person. No one's obligated to do anything that someone's not willing to do for themselves. Point blank, period. So us attempting to inspire the community is not something that is easy to do. And I can say I've been doing it for years and I have broken down crying in real tears in private and in public spaces because being a Black woman in this country is difficult as fuck. Being a Black woman in this country who cares about the community, who's trying to be true to their self, who's trying to authentically live while simultaneously create change and da-da-da-da-da, all of that is very difficult to do and it takes energy. And so we need to understand that money is energy. Now, yes, we understand the paper dollar is not backed by a damn thing, but our belief in it is what makes it valuable. So regardless of what you want to say, that $5 bill is going to get you $5 worth of something when you give it to someone else. So for me, if I'm giving you 5 hours of my time, 5 hours of my time is valuable as fuck because I'm out here doing a lot of work during I'm working harder than I was working when I had a full-time job. I'm hustling more than I was hustling when I had a full-time job. So I'm in a point where because the community doesn't understand the value of certain things, I have to now switch how I'm moving and shifting so that I can continue to thrive despite living in a community or a space where people feel like things should just be given to them because I'm a good person. Where they do that at? I'm not going to ever reach my goals, but I'm never going to be able to own land if I'm giving you my talent for free. Point blank, you know. So we need to all understand that each of us have talent, each of us have gifts, each of us have abilities that can provide us the income that we need to sustain our lives. It can provide us the peace of mind that we need to be able to sustain our mental and emotional health through this life journey. But we're never going to be able to do that if we don't begin to see value within each other beyond the love. I hope that all makes sense. I hope it made some of y'all uncomfortable. I hope it offended some other people, because now we're going to start to see some learning and some growing and some shifting and some changes. So I love you all so much. In case you haven't heard it today, please follow me on Instagram. So much stuff is going down, and I want y'all to keep in touch. Add me on Facebook, all that good jazz. Leave me some comments and messages. Let me know how you feel about this topic. I love you. I love you. I love you. Stay woke about these streets, y'all.